Hello everyone, this is the practice for the end of lesson 7-2 on page 110 worked out for you. So on these problems we talked about how A is not 1. So basically in all of these you have to deal with that part of it. So it's a little more complicated, but the process honestly is the same. We just have to be a little more careful. So we still need a box, and we still need the ACB chart. And in our box, we put our quadratic term first, the constant term goes here, and the 2 in the middle should add up to equal the linear term, the negative 7x. So A is 6, B is negative 7, and C is negative 5. So A, 6 times negative 5, B is negative 7. So that ends up being negative 30 and negative 7. And these will get easier the more you work them, the more practice you do. So I can actually see almost immediately, so since this is negative 30, one of our numbers will be negative, and I can already tell that it's going to be negative 10 plus 3, just because I'm familiar with the factors of 30. So I'm going to put negative 10x here and 3x here. And now this is the new part that's a little tricky. You have to look for the GCF here. 6x squared and 3x. What is their greatest common factor? Well, they're both divisible by 3 and they both have an x. So 3x would go there, which would mean we would have 2x here because 2x times 3x is 6x squared. And then what times 3x is 3x? Well, that would be 1 there. And then what times 2x would give us negative 10x? Well, that would have to be negative 5. And then we can check. 1 times negative 5 is indeed negative 5. So our answer for this one is going to be 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 5. And that's our answer. Okay, number 13. Here we go. So same thing. A is 12, B is negative 43, and C is 10. Let me scoot you down a little bit. I think I might need some more room. So make our table and our box. We've got 12x squared here, 10 here, and these two blank ones add up to equal negative 43x. A, C, B. Well, A is 12, and C is 10, and B is negative 43. So I need factors of 120 that add up to negative 43. Now, since the number that we're factoring is positive and the number that's our sum is negative, that means both of our numbers are going to be negative. And so, like I've said before, you can just do process of elimination and just work through it in order until you find something. So these two would add up to negative 62. These two would add up to negative 43. So we're going to use negative 3 and negative 40. So negative 3x and negative 40x do in fact add up to negative 43. And now we need to look for GCFs. And I'm actually going to go up for this one because I can. What is the GCF of 12x and negative 3x? Well, they both are divisible by 3 and they both have an x. And so that leaves for us here, what times 3x gives us 12x squared? Well, that would be 4x. And then what times 4x gives us negative 40x? That would be 10. And then what times 3x gives us negative 3x? Well, that would be negative 1. And then we can double check. I messed up somewhere, didn't I? because how do I know I messed up? 10 times negative 1 would give us negative 10. Oh, I know what I forgot. I need the negative sign there. That's it. Yep, and I knew this because I looked at the 4. I did negative 10 times 4x would be negative 40x. Okay, so now it works out. Negative 10 times negative 1 would be positive 10. That's a good way to check your answer. So it's going to be 3x minus 10 times 4x minus 1. Okay, number 14. I bet this threw a lot of you off because it doesn't have the C. Okay, it doesn't have a C here, and I've seen a few people handle this differently, but really we can think about it this way. We can make the box, and then the 2x squared goes here. There is no C. And then our 5x can go here. 0 plus 5x equals 5x, right? And then we think GCF. That's all we're doing here is GCF. What do these two have in common? Well, they both have an x in common, which means 2x plus 5 would be all that's left. So our answer is x times 2x plus 5. It's kind of a roundabout way to do that, but it works all the same. And number 15. We need a box. Our A is 9, our B is negative 3, and our C is negative 2. Throw those in here. 9x squared negative 2. These two add up to negative 3x. So ACB, A is 9, C is negative 2, and B is negative 3. So negative 18 and negative 3. Since the number that we're factoring is negative, that means one number will be negative and the other will be positive. So here we go. That'll be, we could do negative 2 and 9. That's not going to work. Negative 3 and 6. Almost. Negative 3 plus 6 would be positive 3, so we just switch it. 3 and negative 6. 3 plus negative 6 equals negative 3. So those are our numbers, 3 and negative 6. 3x plus negative 6x gives us the negative 3x. And then we do GCF. I'm going to do this one. GCF of 9x squared and 3x is going to be 3x. Which means this one has to be 3x because 3x times 3x is 9x squared. And then what times 3x gives us negative 6x? Well, that would have to be negative 2. And then the last one, 3x times what gives us 3x? Well, that would have to be 1. And then we can check that by doing negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. So our final answer will be 3x minus 2 times 3x plus 1. And I'm all done. There's the whole shebang all at once.